How do? A day in the life of a prison officer. Go on, Stevie, away you go. So I've just watched this clip. Loads of you have sent it me. It's a 15-minute video on YouTube. Pinned comment, guys. I'll put a link. Go and give it a watch. It's a young lady. Not much experience, not in the job long. I'm not here to hate on the lady in question. I think it's a bit of a promotional video. Very autumnal. Bit of a promotional video. Strangeways, where I used to work. This young lady works on A-Wing. That's where I did my last 3 weeks in the job. Then, it was the reception wing, induction wing. I don't know whether it still is. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on seeing this video. Like I said, 15 minutes long, go and give it a watch. Listen to the points I'm talking about. So firstly, I think this last is a postgraduate, might have been part of the graduate scheme. You know, getting people with degrees in prison. As always, common sense. Very lacking in today's society. Common sense is the one. If you've got some empathy, understanding, you can communicate and you can be humble, then it might be the job for you. That's what it should open with. I'm going to do tomorrow a day in the life of me. My last 3 weeks when I left Strangeways. So first point, she's driving into work. Yeah? She says she's driving in thinking about things that might happen. Incidents, possibilities, you know, conversations she might have with people. Don't work like that, guys, prison officer. You know, I'm going to give reality. Reality is you have to think on your feet. Yeah, you can't visualise scenarios. If I've gone off shift and we've nearly had a riot on K-Wing, yeah, maybe I'm going in thinking, what if? Quite definitely. But how you deal with it, no. You can't pre-plan conversations or anything else. If you've got some common sense and you can talk to people, yeah, then maybe you can de-escalate any situation. I'll tell you what you don't do, and a few of my colleagues were very good at that. You go toe-to-toe straight away with somebody. Somebody comes up shouting in my face, this, I ain't had that, do this, do that, yeah? I jump up off my seat. No seats now. We used to have seats on K-Wing at the end of the landing. In his face, shouting, I've got nowhere to go. Very calm. Yeah? You're calm, dealing with someone who is on one, in crisis, may become physically violent or on the verge of it. You being calm can de-escalate a situation. Common sense. What is your problem, lad? Yeah? Tell me what's happening. Can I help you? These sort of things. Yeah? There's no words you can put. There's no little book you can read. Excuse me, Mr. Smith. It don't work. It don't fucking work. You got to think on your feet. Then she gets to A-Wing. So she is a supervising officer, it says. So I'm thinking she's a senior officer. So you have prison officer, senior officer, 1 pip, in uniform, wing manager. Then you have CMs or POs. POs were principal officer, in uniform, 2 pips. CM equivalent, I think now. Then you have prison governors. So she's in a briefing. She's got 6 staff. Fully staffed, that wing. For when I were there. Strangeways now. She says this, big prison. It is a big prison. The population isn't that big now. I think she said round about 750. It was 1,200 when I was there. So a lot less population, yeah? A lot of cells now being made single cell occupancy instead of most cells being double. So she's got 6 staff. If only for the rest of the prison service, yeah? That wing is fully manned, maybe overstaffed. 4 of her staff, pixelated faces. 2, you can see who they are. All the staff, pretty much, you see in the video, are very young. She says herself, 18 months in the job, supervising officer or senior officer, went for it, thought she'd give it a go for experience, got the job, been doing it 10 months. They have a little briefing, then they're out on the landing. Not many prisoners out on this wing. Maybe all the prisoners. Maybe it doesn't have the population. When I was there, it was around about 140. All very smiley and chatty and that sort of thing. And even more staff. There's staff everywhere. You're falling over yourselves. There's almost more staff than prisoners. That's not real. But like I said, I'll do my own little take on it tomorrow. So yeah, all very chatty. So she's talking about things, how they happen. It shows you serving meals on the servery. Now, two things instantly I noticed. Lads on the landing, shorts, vests. One have got sliders on you. When I was at Strangeways, on the landing, you had to have long pants, tracky bottoms, no vests, and trainers, no sliders. You had to carry your sliders to the showers. So I'm thinking maybe it's a bit more laid back. When I was in the private sector, before I worked at Strangeways, on the wing, the lads could wear vests, shorts and sliders. Yeah? A little bit more laid back. You know, it's their home after all. And I weren't against that. So maybe Strangeways, it's a bit more laid back. But I'll tell you something in a bit while I'm thinking that's not the case. Private sector, when they left the wing, long trousers or tracky bottoms, no vests. So I noticed that, but like I said, there's not many people about. Shows you them serving meals. Very nice pie, large pie on the servery, delicious. There were no pies like that when I was there, I can tell you that for nothing. The lads behind the servery. Serveries are where you serve meals, and the kitchens. Just the same as in this country, yeah, takeaways are inspected and they get a hygiene rating 1 to 5. 5 being excellent, 1 being don't eat there. The kitchens at Strangeways were inspected and the serveries. All the lads who worked behind the servery had a uniform. Work boots, steel cappers, white trousers, white t-shirts and a hat. The lads behind the servery, no uniform. Yeah? That isn't for a more laid-back approach. That is possibly just a lack of discipline, or maybe they can't get hold of the uniforms. They can't get hold of white t-shirts and white trousers. But that's not a good look, is it? That wasn't very professional. Like I say, it was all a bit light-hearted and laid-back and chitty-chatty. Boom! No alarm bells. She said when you hear an alarm bell, you worry about your colleagues. You know, you might not run straight in if 2 prisoners are having a fight. You know, you assess the situation. Yeah, a lot of people aren't running in now. A lot of people aren't getting involved, even if they're turning up. Yeah, you do that again standing on your feet. Yeah, there's a scrap going on. There's maybe some stuff in there. You go and help your colleagues deal with it best as possible. Yeah? Common sense, when you're going in, you're looking what's happening. Who's there? What's going on, if you can. None of that. I'd have liked to have seen some of that. Like I said, a whole video is nice and steady and plodding along. It shows you some lads going to work, being rubbed down. She said, very casually, again, I'm not eating on her, one lad had a Stanley knife in his pocket, we found last week. So a Stanley knife, those of you who don't know, it's like a modelling knife, a decorator's knife, something similar. About yay long, the blade retracts and comes out. Fuck me. Yeah, prisoners make all sorts of weapons. I've seen all sorts of nasty weapons. Somebody's got a Stanley knife. I'm fucking wanting to know where he's got it from. You know, I'm not feeling confident that our searching has managed to reveal this Stanley knife that hadn't been used, but possibly would have been. I'm thinking, what the fuck, a Stanley knife? There's a bakery now, so it shows you the bakery. No bakery at Strangeways when I were there. Looks like a nice little setup. I'm all for that. Purposeful activity for some lads. There's a possibility some of them lads, you know, could maybe gain employment if they get a suitable qualification. 2011, the prison documentary, Strangeways, we had a lad worked in the kitchens, model citizen. Everybody, head of the kitchens, the governor, yeah, this lad will make it. He left prison. There was a little bit about him after he left prison. He went to work in a prestigious hotel, stroke kitchen. After a month, he was on the run. That's the reality. Yeah? Everyone had egg on their face. Me, it's to be expected. You know, the lad probably got back in with people he used to knock about with or whatever, went back to what he was used to. Yeah, no surprise to me. But yeah, purposeful activity is great. So the whole video, like I'm saying, 15 minutes long, gives you a little look as life as a prison officer, all very laid back, smiley, you know, and very thoughtful, very thought-provoking. Not, you know, what people need is a reality check. Everyone who sees that and thinks, oh, I could do that job, yeah, you need to wake up and smell the roses. I'd like to see some real sort of film action or whatever. Yeah, give people a proper idea what it's like. Parting shot as all. Thank you for your continued support. Come on, kidder. Thank you for your continued support. Guests past, present and future. I've got to say at the minute, guys, I'm absolutely knackered. My sleep's gone to rat shit again. I think I'm on my 6th day pretty much with no sleep, but it will come back. In it to win it and all that. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. Oh, he makes me smile, him. Al Sidi.